his ascent. Many tentacles, there's so many directions you can go to have day-long conversations.
Well, the thing about so what struck me about Malachi Martin, based on what you sent me and just a sampling of that interview, is that this dude is really complex.
Oh, Lord.
And he's living probably double, triple lives.
Mm-hmm. I can see
he was apparently he was living with this Greek woman.
Right.
Do you know that story?
That was
too?
after he left the priesthood.
Right. But there's some evidence that he was with her before he left the priesthood.
Well, that's not surprising.
Yeah. So Martin is he's a very slippery character.
And he was also the person who they modeled the movie The Exorcist on, because he was an actual exorcist.
Well, see, this is interesting because these guys, and I'm not saying that that's not true, by the way, but these guys have a different take. And their take is that the movie comes out and then all of a sudden he pivots to becoming an exorcist because it's cool and it's marketable. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if that's true or not. Maybe the reverse is true. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But this is, again, you get into this gray area with him. And
I tell you what, if you read Hostage to the Devil, you're going to say,
we're not up for it.
You're going to say he knew what he was talking about.
I'm sure he did. I mean, this is an interesting, he's a very interesting person.
Yeah,
and if you're a Catholic, you probably walk away scratching your head going, I don't know about this guy.
Well, it's very interesting. These very complex people who come into play on the world theater, they all seem to be, unlike Biden, who is monochromatic, they're all polychromes. They have these amazing different complexities that they bring to the table, which is what makes them interesting and a fascination. And can you actually ever know or scratch the surface enough to know what's true?
Well, again, and even with these guys who I'm talking about and their so-called Orthodox lens, and with all the kind of micro-analysis that they have in terms of Martin and Catholic doctrine, they still can't quite figure him out, right?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And because they're Orthodox, they're going to lean more into he's really an imposter, or he's not who he says he is, or we can't trust him because of the other stuff, the Art Bell stuff and these books. So this is Robert Phoenix, and you can have your Phoenix fix 6 days of the week with myself and all the sharp, witty, and wonderful people of Chatlandia. Monday through Thursday, it's 15 minutes of flame from 8:45 to around 10:30. This is where I do a morning mash of current events, cycles, and trends to give you my undilated perspective. Then there is the Friday Farcast from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. CST. This is where I get into some of the past and present day high strangeness with my provocative guests. Nighttime is the right time for Sunday Night Astro Live from 7:45 p.m. Central Standard Time to around 10 o'clock. From JFK to John D. and John McAfee, this is the night when I'm diving deep astrologically, sometimes solo, sometimes with some of my inspirational cosmic friends. There's even more at robertphoenix.com. You can read an assortment of my articles, book your astrology reading, take my astrology course, and join my newsletter. It's a great way to stay in touch, as all these other prohibitive changes happening on various social media platforms make it more difficult for creators like myself. If you've liked what you've seen and heard, consider supporting my broadcasting by donating. Details are below in the description, or become a member at robertphoenix.com, where you'll gain access to discounts, webinars, and members-only events and content. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and commenting. This really helps out. Use your head in order to discern what's real, your heart to stay open to what's possible.